Welcome back to my channel. I just recently posted a video showing how to use Hobby Lobby's cold transfer stickers, which are essentially like UV DTF. I'll link that video down in the description box, but in this video I found pre-made iron-on decals that seem very similar to DTF, so I am going to test them out in this video. If you haven't heard of DTF, it stands for direct to film, and it's gotten really popular in the crafting community lately. It's a printing technique that transfers a design onto a film. The design is printed on the film and then transferred to the fabric using a heat press. I'm not sure how these Hobby Lobby iron-on decals were made, but they still seem very similar, so I'm excited to try it out. I also found tons of iron-on patches at Hobby Lobby. There was really cute ones. There was a lot of Disney ones too, so I thought it was really fun. I picked up a few of them to test out for this video as well. First, I'm going to add this iron-on butterfly onto a toddler shirt. One thing I noticed with the decals is they weren't very wide, so it would be difficult to find one that would be big enough to put on an adult shirt, but that butterfly, the colors in it are really pretty. I'm going to be using my Easy Press Mini, and I just set it to the medium setting. Here's some instructions on the back that you can go off of. The instructions say to place the iron on top and firmly move it in circular motions for 5 seconds. Is said to turn the shirt inside out and iron for another 5 seconds and then repeat until you have full adhesion. Let's take it out of the package, and how this looks very similar to DTF. Like I said, I don't know how this is made. I wish I did. I looked on Hobby Lobby's website and it didn't say. Also, the price for this is $3.49. They all kind of vary just a little bit. I'm going to fold my shirt in half to find the center and just run my Easy Press Mini over that. That will preheat it and create a crease down the center. I'll just fold my design in half so I can find the center of that, then just line it up on the shirt. You'll want to place it design side up. I placed a Teflon sheet on top, and I decided to run my Easy Press Mini over it for about 10 seconds. Even though it said to do 5 seconds, that just seemed way too short, so I decided to go with around 10. I tried a little corner and it wasn't fully adhered, so I pressed it for another 25 seconds. What's nice about DTF or these iron-on decals is you don't have to cut it off of your computer, you don't have to weed it, and the best part is you don't have to layer it, where when you layer HTV, it gets really thick on the shirt. It also can go on to all different types of material, so that's nice as well. Once that was done, I tested that same corner and it still was picking up a little bit. I tested another corner and that was fully adhered, so I decided to turn the shirt around and run my Easy Press Mini over that for about 5 to 10 seconds, which is what the instructions said to do. Then I just went directly over that corner, and honestly, I don't know if I need to be using a Teflon sheet for this. I probably don't have to be. So I tried it again and I was able to peel off that clear sheet. Since it was a little bit of a struggle, I decided to put my Teflon sheet back on top and just run my Easy Press Mini over it just a little bit longer. Here's how this turned out. The colors are super vibrant and really pretty. One thing with it, when you feel it, it definitely feels more like printable vinyl. So DTF sits on top of the shirt. It doesn't infuse into it like sublimation. I haven't tested it out for myself, but I do feel like that seems to feel a little bit thinner on the shirt. To me, this felt, like I said, more like printable vinyl. You could definitely feel it more on the shirt. But overall, I'm really happy with how this turned out, and I'll do a test wash at the end of the video. Let's do another one. I found this 4-pack of yellow can coolers at Hobby Lobby for $3.99. This is made with different materials, so I was curious how it would transfer onto these. Thought the Mama and Minnie iron-on decal was super cute, but I wasn't sure what I wanted to do with it, so I decided what I would do is just use the Rainbow and Minnie to add it to the can cooler because it just fit perfectly on there. I decided to take scissors and cut around it, and hopefully I can find something else for the other design. I forgot to mention the price for this Mama and Minnie. It is $2.99. I placed it on the can cooler to make sure the size was good, and it looked like it was. Then I preheated the can cooler with my Easy Press Mini. I placed it down. You can use heat resistant tape if you want to. Then I put my Teflon sheet on top and run my Easy Press Mini over it for about 10 seconds. After the 10 seconds, I decided I wanted to check and see if it had adhered. It looked like it did, so I went ahead and removed that clear sheet. Here's how it turned out. It definitely adhered well to it. It looks really great, so I'm happy with that. One thing I noticed though is the colors seemed a little bit off, especially if you look at the little green in the center. I had my Easy Press Mini set to the medium setting, and I think it might have been just a little bit too hot. I probably could have done just 5 seconds for it as well. Next, I'm going to move on to the patches. I found this really adorable tote bag at Hobby Lobby, so I picked that up. I wanted to get this one because it looks like the Stony Clover bags. I just love how those look, but they're always very pricey. On the back, it has instructions as well, and it does say for synthetic materials, use glue to apply, so we'll see how these work. I tried to preheat the bag, and there is some little like edges on it where the burlap is, and my Easy Press just wasn't laying completely flat on it, but I decided I would just give it a try. I just take out the letters and line it up on my canvas bag. Then I place my Easy Press on top of that. It's set to 330 at 25 seconds, and I let it run down the whole time. The letters did not stick down at all, and it's definitely because my Easy Press just wasn't laying flat over it. So I grabbed my Easy Press Mini again, and I just started with one letter to see how it would go. I was surprised it stuck down really well, so I decided to follow the same process for all the other letters. If you've tried any of these iron-on decals or patches, let me know what experience you had with them. I would love to hear. Here's how this turned out. I think it is just super cute. The next day, the blue F started to pick up just a little bit, so I reheated it again, and I also opened up that piece of the bag and I heated the other side of the letters. I wouldn't skip that step. I think it does help it adhere a little bit better. Next, I found this really cute hat at Hobby Lobby, so I thought it would be fun to add one of these patches to the hat. The hat costs $5.99. I paid full price for these. I'm not sure if they're sometimes 40 or 50% off, but the iron-on Be Kind was $3.99. The hat had so much stuff and like lint on it. I took my lint roller and removed all of that first. I also removed the inside packaging, and I'll be using my Cricut hat press for this, so I set the heat to medium. If you make hats a lot, I definitely recommend the Cricut hat press. I love this little thing that you put in it. I can't remember what it's called, but it does help to have a nice surface to heat your design onto. I also have a full tutorial of this on my channel, so I'll link it in the description box. First, I preheat the hat for about 5 seconds. After I'm done with that, I just line up my patch. I tried adding heat-resistant tape, but it was just too thin, not heavy enough because it just wasn't working, so I ended up just getting rid of it. I ran my hat press over it in a constant motion, and I did this for about 25 seconds because that just seems to be the magic number for these, so I thought I would just give that a try. Now that I'm done with that, I was testing it out. It looked like the adhesive part formed, but there's that other layer that's kind of picking up a little bit. So I don't love that, and kind of by the bottom edge, it just didn't seem like it was sticking too well. So I might have to get some type of glue to apply it because I'm just not confident that it's going to stay down. But here's how it turned out. It is very cute. For my last project, I'm going to add this Minnie Mouse patch to my daughter's jean jacket. It's $11.99, so it was definitely on the pricier side, probably because it's Minnie Mouse, and it is a lot bigger than the other patches that I bought. I'm going to be placing it on the back of my daughter's jean jacket, and I think it'll just be super cute. The sticker that had the price on the back was incredibly hard to remove, which I don't love because I feel like that has to affect the adhesive on the back. Didn't measure it before, and it is very close to the seams, so hopefully that won't be a problem. It probably won't be great for ironing on the edge of the ears. Place my Teflon sheet on top. Once again, I'm using my Easy Press Mini set to the medium setting, and I run it over it for about 25 seconds, but then I just felt like I was going to need to do more, so I just kind of kept going on over it for a little bit longer. And as you can see, it didn't adhere at all, so it was definitely making me nervous, but I figured I would just go over it again. I did it for longer. I didn't time how long, but it wasn't fully sticking, but you can see it definitely was starting to adhere in the center. I decided to crank up the heat to high, and I don't know why I didn't think of that before, and I ran it over it again. I also let it sit still in certain parts. I wouldn't do that because I think it did change a little bit of the color of one part of it. Here you can see it changed the color of the white a little bit, but especially over here, and it looks a little bit brown on that white. And I held my Easy Press Mini just directly over that for a while, so I recommend don't do that. Just keep it going in kind of a constant motion while you're heating it up. You can see a little bit of the red is discolored as well, so I would just be careful with that. Once it was done, I removed the Teflon sheet and kind of felt the edges, and it looked like it was down pretty well. I am a little bit worried about some of the edges like the chin and the ears, so I'll just have to see how it holds up. This is absolutely adorable though. I just love how it turned out. It's very, very cute. Like I said, I'm not sure how well these patches will hold up, so if you are purchasing them, I would maybe buy like one or two and kind of test it out first before you purchase a whole bunch of it. I also forgot to turn it around and heat the other side of it, so that might help it adhere better as well. I decided to do a quick test wash for my butterfly shirt. I flipped it inside out and I just set it on the quick wash setting. Once that was done, I kept it inside out, I placed it in the dryer, and I set my dryer to 40 minutes on the low setting. After it was done, I took it out of the dryer, and I was really happy to see there was no cracking or peeling. I have made shirts before with printable vinyl where it cracked literally after the first wash, so the first wash was a success. Here's everything that I made in this video. I am really happy with the iron-on decals that remind me of DTF. I think they adhered really well. They're nice and vibrant. They do remind me a little bit more of printable vinyl than probably DTF. The patches just look so adorable. I loved how they turned out. I'm just a little concerned with how much they'll hold up. I might have to glue the edges down on some of those, and I'm not sure if it's like fabric glue. If anybody knows, let me know in the comments. I would love to hear what you think of this video in the comments. I would love to hear if you've tried any of these out as well, and let me know what your experience was with it. Also, if you've tried DTF, I am going to be purchasing some from 143 Vinyl and posting a video on that as well. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Also, don't forget to check out my video on Hobby Lobby's cold transfer stickers and how they are kind of like the UV DTF. I would also love it if you subscribed if you are new to my channel.